Sensible soccer. Childhood memories, playing hours and hours, days after days. Little pixel players running up and down, shooting, and the ball hobbling and flying in every which way possible, in every direction. And it was great. I mean, I'm nearly 32 now, and in my generation, you were playing games like I got my first PC in about '93, and I was playing, of course, stuff like Doom or other shooters back then, and but I always liked playing soccer, or since I'm German, I'd say playing football games on PC, especially sensible soccer. World Cup '94, when the World Cup was in the US, I got sensible soccer in a package with Empire Soccer and Striker on four 3.5-inch floppy disks, and well, I played all of those games forever. I don't know how long I played them, and even though they were very simple and not very graphically advanced, or even gameplay wise, they were lacking if you compare them to later installments of yearly series games like FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer. But I must say, since a few years, I don't like playing any of those modern games anymore. The last Pro Evolution Soccer I really liked was Part 6 on the PlayStation 2, which I also played for I don't know how long. Luckily, the PlayStation 2 was not counting back then how long you played. And on the other hand, FIFA, I don't know, the last FIFA game I really played was FIFA 99, which was basically 98 with a big graphical update, and both those games were pretty cool. But after that, I lost interest. I mean, you know, playing it is very difficult. You have to remember a lot of key combinations or button combinations on your controller to do tricks, or to even hit the goal. Probably, I played Pro Evolution Soccer 2013, a couple of weeks ago with a friend, and even though we both played with PlayStation or with a PlayStation and a 360 controller to test it out, it didn't work out for us. I mean, back when we were kids and when we were young, games were very easy to understand but hard to master, and they were basically unfair if you played on very high difficulties. And yeah, I will always love sensible soccer, and there are some updates to it, or some clones. You know, there's Yoda Soccer, which is basically a clone, I think, from some guy from Italia, and there is a patch for the last Sensible World of Soccer game, which allows you to play online. I think you can find it on under this site. But let's be honest, it's not the real deal. It's not like it used to be, and it will never be again. But on the other hand, I don't know of any really frantic and action-packed and nerve-wracking online or even offline soccer arcade game, I'd say. Not necessarily simulation, because well, whoever thinks that sensible soccer is a simulation, yeah, you should reconsider that, probably. But be it as it may, I decided to program a really cool soccer game with very simple graphics, but a lot of gameplay options and online support. And yeah, this is the first video I will be making about it. I thought about some of the stuff I'd need to do so, and for one, of course, I need to know how to program software actually, and that's not a big of a problem. I mean, I studied bioinformatics and I'm working as a software developer. Uh, at work, uh, I'm mainly doing databases and software for business purposes, but um, I know a lot of languages pretty good. I mean, I've done everything from Visual Basic to C++ to Java to Perl to I don't know. I mean, every C dialect is fine with me, and every programming language that is accessible and has a logical feel to it, in my opinion, is easy to master. And but for me, since this will be a really vintage pet project with only me working on it, we'll do something special here. We won't do any fancy high-end programming with, I don't know, Visual Studio 12 or something, or one of the game creator suites that are out there. Instead, we will do this very game in Visual Basic 6. And yeah, of course, some of you are saying now, wow, this language is crap, this language is outdated, but I tell you, no, it's not. Actually, it is still, the compile programs still work pretty well on every Windows platform imaginable, even on Windows 8. And it probably will for another Windows generation, mainly because so much software is written in it. You wouldn't believe even parts of the Windows applications that come with the operating systems are still at least in parts written in Visual Basic 6. And I will be using it, and it will be pretty cool on one hand because it is really still a good environment for rapid application development, and on the other hand, we will not be using any I don't know, high-end interfaces like DX9 or DX11 or whatever. We'll be using very easy techniques like double buffering, sprites. Of course, we'll have some fancy stuff like controller support and stuff, but this game will be my first attempt at a very professional looking, but not very complicated game code-wise. And if you think this sounds interesting, and if you think you're interested in, I don't know, learning the ropes of programming in general, or just interested in how someone would implement a game in such an outdated and crappy language as Visual Basic 6, maybe you should tune in. I will probably upload a video once in a while. I'd call it the making of, and the game itself, of course. Oh, we need a name for it, and I thought about it, and since it will be a very indie, very old school and stuff, we'll call it, or I should say, I shall call it Pixel Soccer World. No, sorry, not World, because it might piss the FIFA off, I think. Pixel Soccer Global Tournament, and it will be like an homage to the World Cup, of course, which is taking place right now in Brazil. And since I want no trouble with anybody, I will just basically not use real I don't know, in creating teams I won't use real player names, I won't use real stadium names, I won't even use the word World Cup. I will basically call it Global Tournament, and I probably will not even use the same group names as the FIFA does, since yeah, could probably hurt me in the long run. On the other hand, as far as Visual Basic goes, don't worry. I'm allowed to use it, and I'm even allowed to sell the game afterwards, since I own a real programming version of it, and I have a license because I've been programming a lot of software as a freelancer during my university years. And so, if it is good and if a lot of people enjoy it, I could even shill it out on Steam or something later on, since apparently it should also be possible to play online in the long run, even though maybe this first version will be local co-op only or local versus only. We'll see. So, if all this sounds interesting, and even if this video is probably a bit boring with me talking and staring at the Google search results page, if you're interested in this whole shenanigans I'm planning on, give it a thumbs up, and if you have ideas, or if there are certain features you always wanted in a soccer game, let me know, and I shall see if we can do this in the long run. Later on I'll put up a video of me installing the Visual Basic environment on my Windows 7 PC here, which will probably be a bit complicated in itself, since it's a 64-bit version of Windows, and I've had problems in the past, but maybe it will be a good tutorial on how to install old software on Windows 7. Yeah, and we'll probably play around a bit with some really basic things about game creation in such an environment, and well, I will learn a lot. I hope you will also learn something and enjoy it. For now, this is all, and I hope to see you guys later. Bye.